So you guys finally beat Ohio State this year. That's a goal I'm sure you had on your radar. How did that feel in the snow at home to finally slay that beast?
It was almost like movie-like. I mean, you walk out there, the snow's falling. It's Michigan Ohio State. You know, it's cold Big Ten football, and that's why you want to play.
Run up a stack, spin it and get it right back. Why is you mad? Please do not tell me relax.
Who is Andrew Stueber?
Andrew Stueber is an offensive lineman, Michigan man, likes to play football, likes to play tough, fast, how it's meant to be played. And just someone that's, smart, caring, care about the people who are close to me a lot, and just an overall good guy.
What is a Michigan man? I hear that all the time.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that Coach Harbaugh always praises to us. You hear it all the time when you go to Michigan, but it's just someone that, goes about their day in the very best way they can. They're nice to others. They're accountable for their actions, and they're dependable. And I think that's something you learn throughout your 4 or 5 years at Michigan. It's definitely something that I've learned. And I think that's part of the reason to go to Michigan. You want to become that Michigan man, that staple of what a man should be.
What was your childhood like?
So yeah, I grew up in Darien, Connecticut, which is a small town in Connecticut. And yeah, I grew up, most of my mom in the household. She's kind of a big factor of why I do a lot of what I do. And yeah, 2 older siblings. I'm the youngest. I'm the baby, so I'm the last one to leave the house.
Tell me more about your mom.
Yeah, she's a great woman. She does a lot of stuff for me. She always been in the house. She's kind of a single household in high school a lot. So she's worked multiple jobs to kind of support our family, and a lot of the reason I wouldn't be where I am today without her.
Why football? When did you get into football? Why football? What attracted you to football?
So I played baseball, soccer, all those sports. I didn't play football until 8th grade actually. There's a weight limit, so I didn't want to leave my friends, my class to go up. But 8th grade came around, and I always kept hearing, you should try football. You have a good build for football. I think you'd be good at it. And then I tried it out, and I just fell in love with the sport.
So you sound like an offensive lineman from birth. When you talk about your other sports you played, in basketball, obviously football, did you come into football wanting to play offensive line? I feel like most of us never really do, but we end up being put there right away.
Yeah, I mean, I knew coming in 8th grade, all the coaches were like, you're gonna play left tackle for us, you're gonna play tackle. So I came in, immediately slotted left tackle. I played some D tackle too, actually, throughout kind of 8th grade and high school, which was fun too, but I think O-line's kind of my home.
How did Mama feel about her baby boy playing football?
She liked it. I mean, I was the only one to play football out of my 2 siblings, so I think she liked the kind of change of pace.
She was never worried about you getting hurt?
No, she's kind of, I think she was more worried about me doing the hurt on other people growing up, but yeah, she's not worried about me.
Let's talk about the Joe Moore Award, which is an offensive line award that's handed out in college. It's the only award really in all sports given to an entire unit. You guys won the Joe Moore Award. I was lucky enough to be at the presentation. What did it mean for you and for your unit to be recognized as the best offensive line in the country?
Yeah, I mean, that was a huge honor. I mean, that's something that Coach Sharon Moore, every day, starting from day 1 in camp, he put up where our goals would be. And the first picture was always the Joe Moore Award. And he said, we are the heartbeat of this team. We set the expectation, we set the tone. And this is where we need to be to lead this team to have a successful season. So that was a goal in mind the whole season, and we just kind of took it day by day, started practice strong, grinded with each other. It helped when we go against some of the best defensive players in the country every day, kind of sharpen our craft. So, but it was a huge honor. That's something I've always looked at. I've always kept up with it, see who's won it. And I think for our unit, it kind of sets a foundation for where Michigan should be. They have a great history of producing great offensive linemen, and that's where that trophy should be, in my opinion.
Michigan defeats Ohio State, finally!
So you guys finally beat Ohio State this year. That's a goal I'm sure you had on your radar. How did that feel in the snow at home to finally slay that beast?
Yeah, I mean, it was almost like movie-like. I mean, you walk out there, the snow's falling, it's Michigan Ohio State, it's cold Big Ten football, and that's why you want to play. So it was honestly an unbelievable feeling. The whole game, it just felt different. Even walking in, the preparation felt different. Everything felt different about that game. And we kind of knew, started the second quarter, we come out and we score right away. We knew we were going to win that game from that point on. And it was something that I got so many texts and calls from alumni who went through all 5 years without beating them. And they're kind of living vicariously through us, and that was great to see as well.
All right, so I think that the very impressive thing to me here, and we'll get to finish in a second, is your aiming point. So kind of walk me through where you're aiming on the linebacker. So you've done your job. You've hit the hip over because it's a reverse, so you're trying to force him back away from the ball.
Yep.
and then your linebacker now, you're eyeing him up, 31 here. Talk about your aiming point and the idea of where you're trying to keep him from going.
Yeah. So on the reverse like this, this is something we worked a lot throughout practice, because a big problem with this is if you over aim, if you aim too much for the outside shoulder, you can just dip underneath, slip inside. So it's really important that you aim kind of outside shoulder, outside pec really, and just kind of keep them from kind of slipping you under or working over top here. So you can see that here when I climb up, I'm hitting him more kind of down the middle.
Yeah.
And then when he starts working outside, I can just kind of turn and run on him and make sure he doesn't kind of take outside.
So you make good initial contact right here. You disengage a little bit right here, and then the effort here at the very end is fabulous, man. Explain maybe kind of how you are conditioned to do this, because it's not a pancake, which is what everyone thinks a finish is, but this is why this run was able to bust out this far.
Yeah, I mean, this starts in practice every day, finishing blocks, finishing as far as you can, and that's the biggest thing is, like you said, no, not every finish has to be a pancake, when you go downfield here, obviously, any linebacker or DB is gonna have the advantage, so the biggest thing is just staying in front of them, keeping your feet moving, and just giving effort, and that's the biggest thing we did. Every game we played with phenomenal effort, out tough, out physical to every team we played, and it shows here, it shows in this game as well.
All right, let's do this one here. This is, I think you guys broke their will on this play. So you're running just like a duo, right? Is it inside zone or
inside
duo?
zone? Yeah, inside zone.
Inside zone to the left. So you're on the 2-yard line, it appears. How does your mindset change when you're on the 2 versus, let's say, when you're in the middle of the field running this play?
Yeah, so when you're on the 2 down here, linebackers are obviously only 3 yards away from the line of scrimmage. Everything's going to happen way quicker. Your footwork's much more important. Your hands are much more important, and it's just kind of being able to wall guys off and then finish them in the end zone. If you finish with your man in the end zone, you're going to score a touchdown every time.
What do you call this block between you and 65?
This is a backside inside zone. We call it a B block. We're working to the -1 that points the front side linebacker with the center and left guard here. So we're working -1 here.
How would you critique your footwork here?
So first step, I step under myself a little bit. I'd rather step more flat, more lateral, gain more ground. I think just it was kind of down there on the goal line. I wanted to get on him right away and be able to move him, but we end up matching hip to hip. We both cover up our guy.
So let's talk about your idea on your pass set here. Straight pass set. You give a little bit of help from the guard here. It looks like. How we get into this block?
Yeah. So the center pointed it right here. So we're a 3-man slot on the right here. So basically, I know I have my inside help. 65 Zach center here is looking in the B gap in case this guy makes an inside move. So I'm really setting him kind of head up to inside on his inside shoulder. Take some sets, wait for the punch, kind of ride him out. Zach loves giving some sauce, we call it, kind of break the ribs out there. But yeah, it's kind of just a clean set. Alert for the inside with my right guard there. But yeah.
You do, I believe, you replace your right hand right about there. Talk us through the process of kind of replacing your hand here when this guy kind of has his hands in your chest.
Yeah, so it was big for us to kind of not make sure our hands weren't too close and allow the guy to kind of swipe both with one hand. So we kind of emphasize punching, just kind of shoulder width, kind of keeping them inside. And then if I feel him as inside hands, it's immediate replace, kind of just replace hands immediately. Always keep inside hand leverage. So that was a big thing for us. Replacing the hands keeps you not allowing him to kind of take the outside rush or kind of anything like that.
In this game, you guys struggled to complete some of these downfield passes, especially even really most of the season when Bell went out. How big was this? How big does this feel in the moment to hit one of these?
This was big. As an old lineman, when there's a pass play, you usually don't know if it's a good pass until you hear the roar of the crowds.
Yeah.